Okay, first off, plan. Second off, I make some tags for them. I'm going to make these tags in, I got some nickel-plated copper. And so it's time to put the vise back on. On the mill, I'm going to set you over here on my keypad so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this out and down, crank it down so I don't lift it so high. Tear the setup down. Don't use that setup anymore. Let's this up. Move the line out. Still in the shot, yeah. So I'm just going to take these blocks, put them back in the cabinet, and this steel block, aluminum blocks that I had. And I'm going to take that off. I don't believe this will fit. I need my crescent wrench. My metric wrench. I don't need to leave these clamps on there. I'll need them for some other project, I'm sure. Take them off. Now I don't know if I'll be able to pull those dowel pins out or not. I'll just grab a vice grip to see if I can pull them out. I didn't drill that hole all the way through, I should have. But I didn't, because it was down on the table. But I didn't make them tight press either. So it shouldn't be all that tight. That was fairly used time. To be used again in another project, I'm sure. This is the tightest one right here. Alright. I don't need to make any more blades, so they were all just about only a couple tenths press, so they're not very tight. So put them back in the drawer. Put this off. And this one. Put these back in the those little blocks of mid 6 come in handy. That's all that was, is just little scrap blocks of mix 6 that I saved for some special projects like that. Put these clamps away. They're in my rack on the bench here. I'll take and put them away. And this vacuum chips up here. Put these dowels on here. I'll vacuum, suck them up and use them. Put them in the drawer here. And we'll clean off the table. Take my T-slot cleaner and cutters off here first. Set them on the bench. And take my T-slot cleaner. T-slot cleaner, all it is just a piece of sheet metal or this one I actually wish was a little taller. I should make one. This one came with my clamp set. Not a very good one. I want to clean it out underneath pipe so that the coolant can run both ways if I use coolant. But I'm not going to use coolant on this, but I mean on the next project that I use coolant on. Right. T-slot cleaner away. Spray a little WD-40 on the table. We'll run a stone over it. I use this stone for cleaning the table. Checking for any nicks that I may have dropped something, or I feel one right here. I must have dropped a clamp or something right there. Okay. Lay this over here because I'm not done with it. We'll do the same thing with the bottom of the vise. Wipe this down. I don't know if any of you watch This Old Tony, but he bought a cheap Chinese vise, made in China vise, and was complaining about it a little bit, but for 150 bucks, he wasn't really complaining. Anyway, the vices that I have, they are cheap vices. They were the cheap China-made vices. The thing is, I was still employed at the time and had access to a really nice surface grinder. So I bought 2 of them because I thought, you know, it's a good starting point. I can go ahead and grind them up and get them to where I want. And that's exactly what I did. I surface ground every working surface on these vices. Bottoms, I ground bottom, this, took this back piece off because that's all one Ground all the surfaces on that, ground all the surfaces on that. And believe it or not, the vice jaws were parallelograms. And I ground those. So everything on these were redone. Like I say, which is, if you buy these cheap vices, don't expect them to be true, because they're not going to be. I have bought good stuff from China, and I've bought junk from there too. And I consider these really not junk. They just needed a little bit, a little more attention than what they gave me. China has a problem with deburring their products. I don't know why that is, but they do not deburr their products at all either. Everything on there was loaded with burrs. But these vices that I have here now, yes, they're not a Kurt vice, but guess what? The whole part's just as good as a Kurt vice because of what I spent time doing. Because even a Kurt vice, if you take a Kurt vice, and I know this for a fact because I checked it out myself. Take a Kurt vice, put an indicator on the back before you tighten the jaw, then, like I see a lot of people reef on tightening stuff up. I mean, just totally over clamp. And if you do that, you can watch your indicator move a thou to 5 thou, depending on what style of vice you have. Now the one that this old Tony bought was a CNC vice, which we had out there. We had a lot of CNC vices. They are meant so you can set them on the side, on the surface, on the end. You can set them any which way you want. They're nice vices, and they are more sturdy in the center here. They won't give as much as these vices will. But like I say, you don't need to tighten them like some people will just hammer on the handle and just tighten the hell out of them. And I just kind of like, well, you got to hold your part like that. Should have cleaned the top of this vice off. Woohoo! It's like a skating rink. But like I say, these vices they're not a Kurt. I didn't expect them to be a Kurt when I bought them. Matter of fact, I think I paid less than 150. I think I paid 135 or 130 something for these vices. And then I spent about, I'd say about a half day to 3/4 of a day grinding. I had 2 of them. And like I say, I saved myself some money. And if you figure my shop time though in, which, you know, yeah, I think I still saved money. Even if you took shop rate and charged my shop time to it, I still think I come out ahead. This is going to be more of a yakking session than anything else. When I get right down to it, I'll create another video when I don't know if I'm going to actually engrave it with an end mill, a ball end mill, or if I'm going to use my spring-loaded engraver. I like using that spring-loaded engraver. That works really slick, if I do say so myself. Try to get that in the center. Snug this one up. Oop. Lower this down a little more. Get this out of the way. That I don't hardly ever use. It's just hanging there. And I'll get my inner rapid that I really don't like. Get that. See, I've never tried it on this tool holder yet. This is the first time. I don't think I can open it up far enough to get it over. Nope. Nope. No can do. So that kind of sucks. Take that out and put it in. I'll have to take that out and put a drill chuck in. I do like this quick change though. I wish I had more tool holders. I'm gonna quick grab my indicator out of my toolbox. My favorite indicator. It's my favorite indicator. This is my first good indicator that I bought. I bought a gem, which was a real gem. I would strongly, if you're ever thinking about buying a gem, don't. That's my opinion. I don't know if they're even in business anymore. They made pretty much crap. I have a gem, and then several Michitoyos, and then one inner rapid that I have that I don't like because the numbers and the dial has come loose in the inside. I should actually pull the lens off of it and fix that, but just never have. All right, now we're gonna scooch over to this side here. You can get a 0 right there. Now, I need a little whacker, a hammer, a soft hammer. Now, if you tap this as you're going across and pay attention, you can usually get it in one swipe, or close. What you do is you keep tapping until the needle doesn't move anymore. Forget about where the 0 is. All right, now we'll 0 it, and we'll see how close I got with one time across. 0. I'll get you over here closer so you can actually see the indicator, so you can see that I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't lie to you. All right, you can see the indicator. Half, 1, 2, whoop, I dropped off. About 2 thou. Got it within about 2. I got to get back on it without breaking my needle. So we got to loosen this up. But I've seen people go back and forth on a vise and never really have any luck. I'm guessing somewhere around in that vicinity there. I'm just guessing though. Okay. And actually the vise really wouldn't even have to be dialed in for what I'm about to do with it. A little high. But I'm gonna get her in dialed in really close so I don't have to fuss with it, and I'll know that it's there unless I crash. Okay. 0. About a half thou. There, tighten her up. I'm doing this one-handed here and holding the camera with one and tapping with the other. Okay, within 2/10, good enough. So I'm going to cut away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clamp a block in here and then round up material, and then I decide what I'm going to use, spring-loaded or a ball nose end mill. So I'll be back.